Hey everybody, welcome to the Breaking Bad Insider Podcast. My name is Kelly Dixon. We're going to talk about episode 409, which is called Bug, and it was written by Moira Walley-Beckett and Tom Schnauz, and directed by Terry McDonough. I'm here today with my creator, Vince Gilligan.
Hello, how you doing?
One of the writers, Tom Schnauz.
Hello, Kelly.
Hello, Tom.
How are you?
Good, thanks. And our producer, Diane Mercer, who handles all of our post.
Hi, Kelly.
We're going to talk about 409. It's called Bug. What's the significance of the name there, Tom?
There's a bug in the episode. That's all I have to say about that. Now, we like that title because it sort of harkens back to the Fly title from last year.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
cool.
And the bug plays so prominently in this episode. Walt mistrusting Jesse and putting a bug on his car, and Hank looking at the evidence from the bug that he put on Gus's car, and
So let me ask you this.
Bug is all over it.
I asked you this before the podcast started, but I want to ask you, on mic now. That really is a real device.
You should ask Mr. Gilligan that, because I think he saw it in the Sky Mall catalog.
Well, it's very useful. I have one on each of my writers' cars, and I can track their comings and goings. Yeah, I did. I saw it at Sky Mall on some plane somewhere. It's everything Hank says is. I think that's the exact price of the thing that Hank quotes. It's
really.
Yeah, I mean, it's, like Hank says, I mean, we live in amazing times technologically, and that in and of itself is a double-edged sword. I mean, I don't know if this is, it's interesting technology. It's kind of scary technology, but it's available to anybody with a credit card, so.
So when you saw it, you brought it into the writer's room and you said, "Hey, we got to use this for when it,
I don't actually own one. I mentioned it in the
Sure
writers.
you don't.
I mentioned it in the writers' room as I don't actually. I never actually bought one. Although our prop master Mark Hansen, I think we contacted the company and said, can we use it in the show? And
Oh yeah, so that has to be cleared because it's an actual device.
yeah, anything, any you can talk about anything if you don't show it, but if you show a real, trademark product, whatnot, the lawyers get involved, and you gotta clear stuff with the companies that own the copyrights on things. That's with anything. That's with anything we use.
I wonder if they knew we were using it as a weapon, too. It really smacks Walt in the head.
Oh, when he throws it at him.
Yeah.
They don't hide any of that stuff. They tell them all that.
Yeah.
They'll let them know.
Yeah, we never.
They don't
mislead.
surprise people.
Exactly.
They made an amazing rubber copy of that thing to throw at Brian's head, because his head isn't hard enough to take the real thing.
Did you try? How do you know until you try?
Well,
I
wanted to, but he was chicken.
Is that what it was, like foam rubber or something?
Yeah, it looked great.
It looks
Yeah.
great. It looks.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
And
that.
they loosened his glasses so that when he got hit, his glasses flew off his head upon impact. They just did an amazing setup for that. Really, every time I watch, I flinch a little bit every time I see it.
It looks so real.
Even if you know
painful.
something, I remember as a kid we had my brother and I had this foam rubber brick we got at like this amusement park. It looked really real, but it was foam rubber.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you stand there and say, I'm going to throw this at you, you flinch no matter what. It's like, Brian is good. He didn't.
And that's the thing, is that he knows Aaron's going to chuck this thing right in his face.
Yeah.
And he doesn't give it away. He's able to stand there and not anticipate the impact of this thing, landing between his eyes, which I would have been like,
yeah.
It's way, way harder than people think.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, Diane, when the writers came to you, when they said, okay, we're going to have Gus being shot at by a sniper, and what at that point, what is your position, and what do you have to put into place before they start that kind of thing going?
Yeah, I mean, most of these things kind of happen during that concept meeting, production meeting stage, like when we're in prep. That we have 8 days to prep every episode, and we start with a meeting where we run through that script, and Vince explains what he wants, and a lot of it is, it's really figuring it out as you go. It's doing different estimates from different ways to approach it, whether we do visual effects or special effects or stunts, and all of that kind of gets put together, and different people come up with different ideas of how to approach it, and it comes down to what is going to be the most cost-effective way to get us the shot that we want. And for this, all the stuff with the shootout at the chicken ranch is, it was done with the intention of being 100% practical.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a few misfires.
But there's
Pun intended.
Oh,
Pun.
you know, so we just, from a post perspective, we look at it like, okay, great, you guys are gonna, you know, do this with, you know, squibs and special effects and stunts and whatever you guys do, your magic, you know, out there in Albuquerque. And then when the footage comes back to us and we start putting it together, sometimes you discover that there are timing problems with squibs not going off maybe necessarily exactly where you want them to be, or things, you know, not being clean enough, or, you know, stuff not being scary enough.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's where we come in. So
dun, 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 dun,
Oh, look who's here!
Hey!
Hey, come on.
It's Aaron Paul.
It's Aaron Paul.
What a surprise.
Hey, you know, Aaron, I'm so glad you're here because, you know, the one thing I wanted to bring up about this episode was this big, gigantic fight. You know, this is the first time, I think this is the first time that you don't get beat up, but Walt gets beat up.
That's right.
Jesse takes some licks in the fight.
Yes, but Jesse does the handing
think-
out of the beating.
I think Jesse gives more than he receives in this one.
Yeah.
That
He
sounds so
gives a
sexy.
pretty, gives a pretty good accounting of himself.
Yeah, I mean, Jesse does. He does get a bit of a somewhat of a beating. I mean, he gets thrown around, but we we had a lot of fun, Brian and I, with that scene.
Did you guys rehearse that?
No, we actually rehearsed that quite a bit, and we shot it quite a bit. I mean, we
But
shot
then-
the hell out of that
And you
scene.
guys have stuntmen,
Big, long
stuntmen
takes.
and
Yeah, no, we did have stuntmen. Like, I mean, the shots that you see of Jesse like flipping over and landing on his face, pretty much, was not me. Thank God, because he got destroyed.
But he did. So did he get hurt doing that?
No, he was good. I mean,
good.
he acted like he was fine. But they really, like, and then the shot where, you know, actually I haven't seen the fight. I haven't seen this episode yet, so I'm assuming this take
came
is
out
in
great.
there. Yeah, the shot where Jesse gets slammed into the shelves. And they all break. I definitely was getting slammed into those shelves, but there was a couple takes where the stunt guys were just like killing each other, and I felt like Brian and I were killing it after each take.
You guys were
we could-
exhausted. And
we
then
could
Terry
not-
McDonough, the director, would say, all right, let's do another one.
Yeah, all right, let's okay. Well, put up those shelves, super glue them back together, and let's do another one. But after each take, Brian and I, because
was exhausting just to watch
would
it.
look at each other and just laugh because it's fun.
I hate to break this up, but unfortunately, Aaron, it's so good for you. Can you join us? Can you stay for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so I hate to do this, but we should wrap this up, and you know,
I have more to say.
You always have
Stop
more to
stifling Tom.
thank you so much, Tom,
say.
Diane,
You beautiful
Gordon,
man, you.
Aaron, and as always, Vince. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kelly. You did a
Thank
great
you,
job
thank
as
you, thank
always.
you.
Thanks a lot. Hey, everybody. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week. Let's go break bad.
All right.